In today's video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why I sold my dream Porsche. Meredith and I are sitting here in my 95 Porsche 993. This is the third 993 that I've owned in the past 8 years. That's how much I love the 993. And I looked at it and I have put a sum total of 30,000 miles on these 993s. This particular car used to be mine. I sold it 2 days ago, almost on the spur of the moment. After, kind of fighting with myself about whether or not to sell the car, it's been a little bit of a process to let go of it. I haven't talked too much about it on the channel, but I just thought maybe, and I've been asked for this, to share with you guys why I did it might help you think through whether or not you want one of these cars, or whether you have one, maybe you're thinking about selling. So Meredith, what do you think? Are you gonna miss it?
I'm gonna miss it.
Why?
I love this car. It's such a classic. I love the way it sounds. I love the way it drives. I mean, I just like being in it.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, I have been there where I just sort of look around the car and I appreciate the vintage nature of it, and I realize just how special it is. So it sounds like that's where you are. The sad reality of it is we've not been driving the 993. We've not taken it out. The last time we drove it meaningfully, on a weekend rally, was over a year ago. How does that make sense, And I just shot a video, I'll be publishing it in it after this one, where I talk about the 5 things that I will miss the most about the car. One of the things I'll miss is driving it, but what's so weird is I don't ever feel compelled to drive it. Frankly, it was a pain in the ass to drive it because you had to play Tetris to get out of the garage. How many times did you have to help me arrange the whole garage and carefully park all the cars just to sort of not bang into the 993?
Yeah, that was a concern.
Yeah, so I sometimes would walk out into my garage and look at the car and think, God, I'm so lucky to own this, and I could never see myself letting go of it. Even if I don't use it, it's an appreciating asset because the 993s only keep climbing. And then other days I'd walk out and I'd be like, damn, that's a lot of money sitting there. I could probably do something really cool with that money. Because if you've been following my content, I'm always thinking about the next thing anyway. And the unfortunate reality of my financial situation is that I can't keep them all and keep buying. So there are those days where I look at the 993 and I say to myself, man, if I sold that, I could do something cool with the funds. Now, Meredith and I have been talking a lot about this. I think she gets super sick of hearing me go back and forth. Oh, should I sell it? Should I not sell it?
Well, and I've read some comments on your channel too about how guys are saying how do you let it go? How do you let something go? I mean, I've tried to convince him to keep this car, so I do. It's like a piece of art. I love looking at it. I don't know how he is so good at letting things go and
I think
moving on, but
yeah, I mean,
you can't keep them all.
That's right. You can't keep them all. A couple things happen. I think, and this has been a truism that I've seen across 26 of these cars that I've owned over the past 8 years. When you begin to look at a car as a pile of money, as a financial asset, and not as an intrinsically special car to own that you look forward to driving every time, you've already sold it in your mind. You can talk back to that. You can push it off, you can get cold feet, but ultimately you're gonna sell the car. I'm sorry, that's what I've found. Maybe you're gonna be different than me, but once that, I call it the brain worm of selling, once that enters the mind, it's not going anywhere. And that happened for me quite a while ago. So I think too, along those lines, how do I let go of them like this? I mean, everything runs its course. I'm inside of this car, I'm looking around. I mean, I appreciate it for what it is, but I'm also really into the other cars I own. So I've shot a couple of videos lately sharing with the audience what cars I own in the garage now, why I chose them, how they rank, and I'm into the modern stuff. And a lot of the air-cooled faithful out there, I call them, the guys that have been with me since day one of this channel, where I was really all about air-cooled, I've just kind of gone through that phase, and now I'm all about cars like my 991.2 GT3 or my 718 Spider. And I think along those lines too, talking about the money, Meredith, is that, and I don't know if you're going to appreciate this because you're not a Porsche dork, although I do love that you're into the hobby as much as you're going to be. This car right here, I'll just go ahead and say it. There's not going to be some grand reveal. I sold this car for $125,000. This car has 71,183 miles on it. All original paint, fully PPF'd, documented, all the stuff you want, and it went for $125,000. That's what I paid for my 718 Spider. Actually, I think I got it for $120, but call it $125 to my door. Like, I'm sorry. That's a nicer car, isn't it?
I mean, I do like being in that car, yeah.
Like, objectively speaking, you're getting so much car for the money. Versus in a 993, you're buying an experience, you're buying nostalgia, you're buying an antique, you're buying into the air-cooled dream, which I've been there. It's a whole like fantasy, you know. It's an Instagram fantasy to be in the world of air-cooled, and so that's what you're paying 125 for. But based on where I'm at in my journey, I'd rather get a lot more car for the money. So I mean, that's another reason I've decided to let go of it, and that I'm okay with it, because to me the money right now is worth more than the experience.
Are you worried about not being invited to the air-cooled rallies?
Okay, so let's talk about worried. All right, so
Your friends are giving you shit about it.
they already are giving me shit, for sure. I have a 996 GT3, all right? So there is certain, like, I don't know, some viewers know what that is. Other viewers, I think I talk in too much, like, internal designation language. But the 996 GT3 is a GT3 of the model that came after the 993. So it's first water-cooled 911s. So what I'm hoping to do is beg, borrow, and steal and tell these guys, hey, look, the 996 GT3, it's analog as hell, and it's close enough to air-cooled, so you guys should include me. So that said, there are air-cooled only rallies, and I do think that some of those rallies I will not be invited to because I don't qualify, because I don't have the car. But that's another, you bring up an interesting point. So part of my thought process on whether or not to sell this car was like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to be able to go to the air-cooled rallies. And then I was like, but how many days a year, like, does an air-cooled rally exist that I would go to? And if I'm real with myself, like, 4 days, okay? So am I willing to forego $125,000 to funnel that into a car that I'm super excited about, just so I can qualify to go to a driving event or events that span 5 days in a year? And other than that, the car just sits in a garage. I can't even look at it because of where I have to store it. Like, to me, it started to become illogical, because candidly, like, this is going to sound bad, a lot of times, and you've been to a couple of these rallies with me, like, it might be a 3-day rally and we'll drive for a day and we're like, meh, I got it out of my system, and then we'll bug out early and, like, go to some hotel somewhere and chill. To answer your question, like, I'm not that worried. Anything else that we should talk about here as we say goodbye to this revered platform? Do you think I'll want to buy another one?
Eventually.
Maybe.
I'm sure you will.
To me, the money
Maybe, I don't know. It depends on.
The money doesn't make sense on these.
Yeah.
I know that I'm speaking ill of the revered last of the air-cooled, and I don't want to poo-poo.
I want him to get a Targa next.
Yeah, she wants a G-Body Targa. I don't know. If you like Porsche content, just raw and real, then please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you're in the market for a Porsche, go to my website, renthusiast.com, and download a free buyer's guide that I've developed. It contains tips and kind of watch outs for not getting hurt as you buy the right car for you. And so if you're still with us, appreciate you watching, and keep your eyes peeled for more Porsche content.